Fastidious Foo here. Today I'll be reviewing two of Little Pearl's takeout menus. Unfortunately, I waited too long to edit these videos and the menus are no longer current, but the first menu that I'll be reviewing is their spring tasting menu from May. The first thing that I see is English peas and hazelnut. It's served with Longview Farm egg yolk jam and spring blossoms. And you can see how vibrant the color of the peas are, definitely bringing the spring scent and taste. And that was the first course. Next, we have Belle duck toast, all the spring things. So it's just herbs. That'll be a part of their second course, which is the duck toast. And let's see, this is new potatoes with horseradish and watercress. And this would be a part of the main course, which is Joyce Farm chicken, the third course of the meal. And next we have the rhubarb shortcake, which is the dessert. It's served with wild fennel, sea sub whip, and absinthe, and it did not survive the transportation. Well, it looks not very appetizing, but the taste was just fine. And then we have radish bagna cauda. I don't know what that is, but I believe that it goes with the Joyce Farm chicken. And then we have the house-made sourdough focaccia, which is part of the second course, the duck toast. And we have duck and bell pepper broth, which is also a part of the second course. And let me remind you that what you're seeing is for one person. It's for one serving, but they gave us enough broth for two people. And last but not least, we have Joyce Farm chicken, which is part of the main course. The first course of the meal was English peas and hazelnuts with Longview Farm egg yolk jam and spring blossoms. I thought that this dish did a really great job of capturing the essence of spring. As we were plating it, let's discuss it a little bit. So you can see the vibrant color of the peas, and I just showed you the egg yolk gem on the bottom that balanced out the possibly overwhelming taste of the peas. I thought this was a simple yet very elegant dish that captured the spring perfectly with its freshness, vibrant colors, and texture. The second course of the meal was Belle duck toast with sourdough focaccia, green bell pepper broth, and all the spring things. So the buttered focaccia bread was warmed just as directed, and now we can put the savory pieces of duck and olive. It was a little bit more greasy than I expected, but it did still have great taste to it. And now we're topping it with all the spring things, so white asparagus, shaved celery, I believe, and some herbs and more asparagus for fresh taste of spring. And then we're going to pour over the heated broth, which had pickled taste that balanced the greasiness of the duck. But overall, the dish was on a heavier side. So this is the main course, the Joyce Farm chicken with radish bagna cauda, new potatoes, and horseradish. Everything had to be heated in the oven, but the chicken was still pretty moist. The potatoes were a little bit dry. Honestly, the main course did not really wow me. But it was just a fine meal. And last but not least, we have rhubarb shortcake with wild fennel, hyssop whip, and absinthe as the last course of the spring tasting menu. The shortcake itself reminded me of the Middle Eastern cake in terms of texture. The alcohol from the absinthe had evaporated, and it kind of tasted like a combination of limoncello and Korean drinking yogurt, if you are familiar with that. And the floral taste from the hyssop whip with the sweetness of a rhubarb and wild fennel created a interesting, well, springy dessert. It was definitely a unique dessert. So this was everything from the spring tasting menu from Little Pearl, with the English peas and hazelnut La Belle duck toast, Joyce Farm chicken, and rhubarb shortcake. And now on to the second menu.
But they're doing the Pineapple and Pearls, which is their sister restaurant that has the 2 Michelin stars, as well as house-baked brioche and caviar that I've added. So it comes in this white bag with the reheating instructions. There's brioche and butter that I paid extra for. So this was $12 for just 1 brioche and some butter in gold foil. That's nice. It's a little hard to touch, and I believe that this is the caviar. Oh yeah. So the first course is a Bigeye tuna. And the second course is truffle and brown butter Hoecake. Okay, so I have another one of the brioche and butter. So I guess they do give you 2 brioche and butter. Alright, that's nice. Did not know that. I would not have added that if I knew that they come with both. Now, the second one is the truffle and brown butter Hoecake. The truffle cream, local honey. And then the third course is beef rib and mole. With monkfish. I did not get a monkfish. And then pecorino cake is the dessert. And then inside the bag there are some more salsas, garlic crema, mole negro. I guess the sauces that we need. And then the stone ground grits that I think go with the ribs. Watercress salsa verde. Garlic crema. And the mole. So that is everything that was in the bag.
And this is all the components for the Pineapple and Pearls menu takeover. The first item that I want to go over is their brioche and the caviar that I've added. And let me tell you that this caviar that Little Pearl has with Tsar Nikolai caviar is amazing. It's buttery, it's not quite as fishy as some other caviars. I've greatly enjoyed the taste of it, and I highly recommend it to anyone who is considering getting caviar from Little Pearl. The first course was their Bigeye tuna with house-cured green olives, bergamot, mussel, escabeche, and celery. I thought it was well marinated and had a clean taste to it, and I did enjoy it. But I think you would enjoy it even more in the restaurant because of the raw tuna and its freshness. As a second course, we had truffle and brown butter Hoecake with Whoopi Valley cornmeal, winter black truffle cream, and local honey. For me, it was a bit difficult to taste the truffle. It just tasted like a cornmeal bread with honey. Nothing special here, to be honest. For the main course, we had a choice of beef rib and mole, or roasted celery root, or roasted monkfish. I chose the Joyce Farms beef rib and mole, and it came with stone ground grits, watercress salsa verde, and garlic crema. And I think I made the right choice because I did enjoy this dish very much. The stone ground grits with the watercress gave it kind of a rustic flavor that was savory. The beef mole was done really well. All the sauces combined with all the ingredients really brought out all the flavors together, and it was just a really well done dish. I would definitely reorder this dish again. The dessert and the final course of this meal was warm pecorino cake with candied pine nuts and basil cream. And as you can probably guess from the name, this was more of a savory dessert than a sweet treat. And I thought this was a really great end to that beef ribbon mole entree. So this is the end of my Little Pearls takeout menu review. So the second meal was the Pineapple and Pearls menu takeover with Bigeye tuna, truffle and brown butter Hoecake, Joyce Farms beef rib and mole, and warm pecorino cake. And this is everything from this menu laid out and plated. I hope that my review has given you a better idea of what to expect when you're planning on dining at Little Pearl, and I hope to see you next time. Stay safe.